But I'm sure Hubert Davis considered to be a bad shot. Remember, Hubert Davis considers bad shots to be. All right, y'all. We are officially live on YouTube. Welcome to the United Against Cancer podcast, season 5. Season 3, episode 5. This is called Starting Young. Today on our podcast, we have Kentrell King and Larry Drain. I'm gonna let them guys introduce themselves and their programs.
I can go first.
I'll go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Kentrell King, co-founder, trainer, Road to Greatness Basketball Academy. Also 13U coach with Main Streets. Man, just that's pretty much who I am. Played basketball at University of Illinois Springfield, Division II. 4 years started there. Broke a few records. And now I'm here. Varsity assistant coach at HF Homewood Flossmoor High School. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, my resume real small, man, compared to that. But
it ain't small, bro.
I know, man. But Coach Larry Drain, founder of Born Legends Basketball, trainer. Kind of got into it. My son. Everybody know my son, J Rock. Played for Simeon. And then I played a little bit myself at Whitney Young. When played JUCO. I was one of them knuckleheads, had kids early, so I had to go ahead and go to work. And then when I came back around, it was time to get started with basketball. So I've been training for about 5 years now. And I like what I do, man. I like coaching. I help out with Team Major. My homegirl, Charmaine, I want to give her a shout out. She gave me a good opportunity. And I coach the babies, man. I'm sticking with the babies. I'm one of them guys that want to get that young group and develop them up. So when you see them, when that's, how you get that 17U like that? Nah, I had them since they was babies. That's why they play like that. So I'm one of them guys. I want to develop. So, I'm just here, man. I'm around good guys right now.
I appreciate that. Now, so the episode today is talking about some of the youth programs that do have the baby teams, the bitty ball teams. It's become more and more of a thing with a lot of these guys, man. Of us getting the smaller teams. I've played these guys. I played in their tournaments with my team, my younger teams. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't gonna do a baby team at first. It just wasn't in the cards for me because I had all the older kids. I started off with 8th grade and went up. Then my girl was like, we should do a baby team because we had a lot of kids at my park district that was kind of looked up to me as a father figure and as a coach. And they wanted to, just always be around basketball. I'm like, let's do it. And, that's how I started my program. Just a little background about that.
And don't leave out the fact you're getting kids graduated.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, man. That just started with that was with my older programs, man. We talking about the babies right now. And man, that's my goal, bro. Everything I do. Like both of y'all know that I talk to y'all probably more than a lot of people in basketball. I hoop with Trell all the time. Trell, one of my favorite people to hoop with ever, bro. And I've hooped with a lot of great players. But his leadership shows not only on the court but off the court as well. So that's shout out to you, Kentrell.
Respect.
All right. So we're gonna start off with our first question. When did you start running your own program and why?
Well, for me, I think we started. So actually, my partner, my partner Steve,
Yeah.
Steve Hurley. Steve actually, started. He actually started Road to Greatness. I want to say, and it had to be around 2017. Around 2017. And it started out, man, because 2015 is when I graduated college. My son was 4 years old. Lil Trail was 4 years old, and he was here, playing. And Steve was actually his first trainer. And as I'm coming home, I'm getting ready, trying to go overseas and everything like that. And I'm seeing that this little dude, he 4 years old, he hooping. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, so now I'm starting to get in the gym with him, just watching him and Steve. And then I seen Steve, it was growing from 3 kids to 5 kids to 10 kids. So I just started helping out. And then he came to me like, man, we should just, let's keep this thing going. Um, and then it went from me training Trill and Matson. He's like 5 or 6 years old at this time. I'm training him, and then these parents, they seeing us working, and they just pretty much like, hey, can my son work out? And it went from me training, like I said, 5 kids to 10 kids to 20 kids, to where it's like, all right, well, let's just start this training academy. Um, and then that's like I said, when me and Steve just pretty much it went from there. So basically from 2017 all the way to now, we just been rolling. And the main thing on why I pretty much started, man, honestly, like I said, it started with my son, just getting him going. But at the same time, is for me, it's more so just like teaching the kids the game the right way. That's I'm big on that. How Lero said, man, I love working with the younger kids because I feel like when you working with them, you building the foundation. You building that whole. The smaller kids are like sponges. So whatever you teaching them, they gonna take in. They ain't coming with no egos. They not coming with the mindset they know everything. So that was pretty much my main thing, just trying to teach those kids, the right way to play the game.
So you there?
Well, I I started off strictly training the same way with my son. Uh, but what I kind of noticed, of course my son was way different, man. It was on some whatchamacallit, what's that movie with Jesus Shuttlesworth? He don't like me, man.
He got
I
game.
was rough.
He got game.
I was he got game, man. I was like that with it, man. So
Hey,
not
Lero,
to that
it
extent.
paid off though, man. That boy tough. You was being humble, man. That boy tough.
He is tough, bro.
That boy
He
tough.
and what I like about him is, and that's why I say that's what inspired the whole thing. You got to look at it like you want better.
Yeah.
You look at your kid and you be like, hey, he got to be a better version. Because I was tough, but man, he's way tougher. Like you always want a better version of yourself as a father out there. You know what I mean? So it started like that, and having that same kind of fatherly energy, I kind of resonate that with the kids.
Yeah.
And that's how I got started about like 2018-ish. Foster Park, got a couple sessions in. They was giving me Sundays, man. I missed those days back when I was paying $30 for the gym. But they was giving me the gym, man. It started off like you said, 5 kids turning to 10, 10 turning to 20. Then you got a session. Then you got parents asking you, coach. Then you got tournament directors asking you, do you got a team? And then it go from there. So I like this whole thing, man. I'm learning, as I go. Everybody's real warm and welcoming with this whole thing. It's a lot of phony stuff with this basketball, but I tend to stay around a lot of good people, man. So as long as I've been doing that, man, I've been winning, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm blessed. I like this basketball stuff, bro. It's giving me a whole new life. You know what I mean? And to keep you young, man. When you got your own kids, like you know what I'm saying, like Ken got right now, and then like me, man. The kids keep you young, man. They keep you energized. So that's just something I don't want to stop. Once I got that feeling, once I saw I could take a kid that don't know how to play basketball, and now I'm looking at him now, he's starting on his varsity team. It's proof in the pudding. You know what I mean? You can reciprocate it. It's a what you say? Rinse, wash, repeat, whatever. do it over and over again. So I'm just trying to repeat the cycle, man, and keep it going to the kids.
Yeah, no. It's funny that you mentioned that. I got a kid on my program right now, man. He's in 3rd grade. Like he started off, bro. He didn't want to do anything that was gonna make him sweat. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Like we talk about this all. Like when I say we'll go downstairs, because like I said, me working in the park. We'll go downstairs, and all the kids be running and doing a bunch of stuff, bro. And this kid, you know, he'll kind of just sit back and be like, I'm gonna sit over here. I ain't trying to crease my shoes. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, get sweaty. I'm good. Like, I ain't know none of that. And then one of his friends who played with us, his name is Jace Arsenault. You know, he just like, man, you come play. And then we took a trip to Ohio this year or whatever. And, you know, by that being his best friend, he was on the phone with him all the time. So we get back from Ohio. Now Eli, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a try. Right. So he went from giving it a try to like his life is like it changed his whole life because he didn't fell in love with the game. Today I played him up on my 5th and 6th grade level, and he was getting more rebounds than some of my bigs. Like, and he's so small, bro. Like, he is so small. I love this guy. He becoming the leader, bro. Like, so watching that is like, man, like I really poured into this kid to make this kid really feel that like that love and that energy for the game. Like he might be. I'm saying we're not gonna push the NBA, but I feel like I'm gonna be able to get this kid to college. From a kid that didn't want to get dirty and sweaty to now this, bro, he had a basketball birthday party. I mean, like that makes you kind of, you know, look at things in a different light. Like, man, maybe I'm on the right. I'm on to something, bro. I'm on to the right thing. Let Lero back in.
It make you feel like it's worth it, man. You want to
make you
keep
feel
doing
like it's worth it. Like I watch my younger team, and everybody like, you know, everybody tell me all the time, like, man, you got to have a lot of patience. And the crazy part about it is with my team, bro, like, so Monday we played at the Youth Chicago League for Alex Little League out there in Linwood. And my coach was sick and I was at work. So one of the parents stepped in and coached. And when he got back to me or whatever, because my 7th and 8th graders in the practice, so when he got back to me, I'm like, how it go? He said, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought this is gonna be really hard. Whatever you didn't put into these little guys, like it made coaching them so much more easier. He like, coach, I'm like, okay, look, you start. And I had the players telling me, like, no, I don't start. He start. I'm like, really? He's like, man, they went out there. I'm like, before I could say, who you guard? They was like, I got number 32. I got number 1. He said, whatever you're doing, like, bro, like, it's amazing to have kids at 2nd, 3rd, for like talk to each other and communicate with each other. Like, so that part is done. Now, like the skill part is gonna be crazy because we're watching them get better and better. So, like you said, bro, it'd be that right there makes you feel like it's way worth it, bro. As much as they give you a headache, bro. Now, one thing I don't like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if y'all took the little bitty babies on the road trip. Listen to me. I'm gonna forewarn both of y'all, bro. When I go on trips with my high school team, maybe an hour in, maybe a little bit more, they sleep or they on their own iPhones and listen to their own music. So they vibing out. I ain't gotta.
The younger kids don't go to sleep.
Bro, they don't go to sleep.
They don't go to sleep.
like, man, bro, we went to Ohio, bro. We went to Ohio twice this year. The first trip, I'm driving, bro. We go to Cincinnati. We went to Cincinnati, bro. The whole way from 103rd and Cottage Grove to Cincinnati, Ohio, bro. Stops and everything. The whole team was awake. The parents are in the back in the van. I was about, and they in the back. Every song that came on the radio, they back there making TikToks. Like, bro, do y'all go to sleep? Like, sheesh. My high school team would have been gone. Them, bro, they don't go to sleep, bro.
I'm scared to do a road trip with the babies. That give me anxiety, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's a different anxiety. Cause I got I got twins now, bro.
Yeah.
my heightened senses is too up, bro. I can't do babies on the road. I can handle them in the compound. We could do Romeoville, Wisconsin. We could do Wisconsin, something close. Bolingbrook, hey, we can keep it in state, man. But once you cross some state lines with them, bro, it get real. Cause I know just from being out of town with my personal babies, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And to have another set of 7, 8 of them, oh man, I'm good, bro. Not right now. At least not right now. I'm good.
What about you, Trey? How you feel about going out of town with the babies?
Oh man, it's how you just said, man. It's rough, and even if they not in the car together, because I mean we took our second graders last year. This summer we took them to Ohio. Even if they ain't in the car together, they on FaceTime with each other.
The whole trip though.
Whole time, like they got the group chat. They got the group FaceTime.
Like,
bro. So they, but at the end of the day too, man, it's like it's fun. It's like you said, man, young kids, they keep you young, man, and they just be so excited to just be around each other. They want to get in the pool. They want to be in each other the rooms with each other because we let them take the video games. At the end of the day, when you taking them on these road trips, you want to give them an experience, bro, that they won't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't like with the high schools when you going down there, you telling, hey man, we down here for business. Like the younger kids, you gotta let them enjoy it because it is gonna come a time where 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, hey,
it's gonna be a different switch.
Yeah. So
so I the both times we went, I got the vans with the damn TVs and the video games. I don't know. I don't know about you. I ain't doing that with you. Not in the van, bro. You can have it in the room, not in the van, bro. I do not want to hear, bro. And in the middle of you driving, bro, you just sitting there driving, and you just hear the kid out of nowhere. And you too little. Like, oh my God, bro. You just kind of scared me, little bro. Like, bro, and the parents knocked. I'm talking about, I had almost a van full of parents, and they knocked out, bro. They so asleep, bro. It was ridiculous, bro. And for them to be able to get in the hotel, I think we got there like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, get to the hotel and be up in the morning, full of energy. I'm trying to find my energy, like, man. Look,
yeah, that's different.
Hey fellas, look,
that's a different monster, bro.
The best thing we gonna do is have fun, and they like, yeah, have fun. What time did y'all go to sleep? Mm-hmm. Hey, so now, bro, going out of town. The second trip we went out of town. We went to Ohio again. We went to Sandusky, Ohio, and so I was talking to a couple of parents. I know some programs don't let the kids go swimming, or whatever. You know, is even my high school team, like, it's, I get it. It's a business trip. But at the same time, bro, it's, for me, basketball is not just basketball, right? It's that brotherhood, that bond that you connect. Like, like, just think about it, like, Trill, like, we met 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Bro, like, that bond that we made, like, you're my brother now. Like, I can call you anytime, like, hey, bro. Like, I see your son, and we have, like, the uncle nephew connection. I see him, I'm saying, shake my hand or something. Like it's the love, bro, because of basketball, right? Yeah. And that's kind of how I approach my program. So we go out of town, like, it's never just strictly basketball. Like, I bought tickets for my whole program to go to Cedar Point. Like, we stayed when we went to Sandusky, we stayed in the water park. Like, nah, bro, it's more than basketball, bro. We're gonna come down here, we're gonna win games. But I want y'all to fellowship and build this bond, this brotherhood, because at the end of the day, you need, especially living in the era that they're living in, you need these positive people to be around. right? So now you got people that you can call that have the same mindset as you. You have people that you can like hit up the phone that's not talking about, oh yeah, do this girl, or I did this, or like I work in alternative school, and some of the conversation they be having is like they think in their mind the thing that's going on, like the whole stealing cars and all that stuff, like that's their conversation, like that's their thing. Like I try to keep.
I got into it with my 8th graders because of something similar like that. Getting in the car, talking about all that stuff, bro.
Hey, I think
Everybody good?
you freeze. Hey, we couldn't
Yeah,
hear you.
no, yeah. Here you go.
You good?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yeah,
can
I
hear you
hear
now.
Yeah, but no. So I'm working in alternative school, bro, and listen to them like, yeah, bro. You know, like their connection with each other, their bond with each other is the, you know, talking about how they steal cars or how many hot cars they get in, or them getting in hot cars, like this is what you really want to do. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got like it's like 4 kids on my 7th and 8th grade team. Like they can't play a lick of basketball right now. They go to my alternative school. So I'm like, no, come hoop. Get you out the streets. Just come hoop. Like
Yep.
I keep you in the gym. I ain't worried about you making no buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't worried about
Every shot that Carolina has taken has been contested.
team fees right now. We'll figure that out later. Streets. So that's what it's all about, bro. It's you know, that's why when we go out of town, bro, I make sure we do stuff like we went out of town with them. We went to Golden Corral. We ate. So a lot of them don't even get to experience that. My first time, like I said in the previous podcast, my first time ever dealing with that was taking kids to go see Michael Jordan Old House in Highland. Like we went out there, like that was like the most epic thing to them kids to ever happen, bro. To go pull up to a gate with the number 23 on it. They felt like they went overseas. Like they got back to their schools like, oh my God, we want to see Michael Jordan house. Like, bro, you need to go inside. You took a picture in front of the gate. But I get it because a lot of these kids don't even get the chance to get outside of their neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's the violence and the crime is so high. So I make sure when we go out of town, bro, to make sure it's more than just basketball.
Yeah, doing this coaching thing, I did realize, especially with travel ball, I was always against it. I'm a cheap bastard. Pardon my face. But you got to get these kids out of town, bro. You got to let them get out of town. They got to see some type of different scenery. Even if you're gonna take them to see another hood, let them see another hood in Ohio or Atlanta. Let them see something. Let them see some different type of grass. Let them see some different type of people. Take them where people say hi. Like when you go down south, like I ain't gonna lie, when I first went down there, I wasn't used to people just casually saying hi. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Like they know you. And you're a total stranger. And like, man, that's the type of warmth that these kids don't get. You know what I mean? It ain't no communal. It's not communal love. It's not from the community, man. They got to find it in bits and pieces, and they interact with all these people, and they got to find it from the AAU coach. They got to get it from that one teacher out of 4 that they see out the day. It's one cool teacher. You know what I mean? So you got to give them some extra light. You know what I mean? Take them out of town, man, every once in a while. It's vital. It's vital for the soul so they can see something different. There's too many distractions here, bro. And I can say firsthand with J-Rock leaving and going out there to play prep ball, he a different minded kid because he can focus on ball. He ain't got nothing in front of him. He ain't got to worry about no carjackings. He ain't got to worry about ganging them and this clique and all that stuff. He ain't got to worry about that stuff, bro. He around a cornfield and basketball. Ain't nothing else to do. And it seemed boring to him, but he gonna look back and he gonna appreciate that he left. You know what I mean? You got to get these kids out the city. Even if they come back, just let them see something different. Give them that option. You can tell them, you can tell them a lot, but let them see for themselves. You know, it's a big difference.
No, facts, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about some of y'all passions before before this whole coaching thing, man. What was some of y'all passion before coaching?
For me, man, honestly, it's always been basketball for me, bro. Like, I think I probably started hooping when I was in like 5th grade. You know, I never really played on a team though. So that was my thing. I grew up on the low end. So I think I was at Jackie Robinson School. We didn't have a 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. We didn't have all that. And I ain't know nothing about AAU. I knew nothing about AAU. I knew about small fry because one of the guys from the hood that used to hoop, he played small fry, but I never played small fry. So I think like I said, for me, my passion has always been basketball. It's always been basketball. I never thought I was gonna coach. I used to always say, bro, I'm not coaching. Not coaching.
That was me.
I train, but I'm not
That was
coaching.
me.
And what's crazy now, I'd rather coach than train. And why I say that, I love training. Don't get me wrong. I love developing kids, developing players, I should say, helping them out, different things, studying their game and everything. But with coaching, I think I'm a competitor at the end of the day. And coaching is like a chess match, bro. Like it's you got another man, another person, they making, decisions, and you gotta react to that. It's like a chess match. So it's more so the competitive side of it. I think that's why I've drawn more to start loving coaching more than I actually do with the training side.
I can see that.
What about
With
you?
coaching, but with coaching, that one thing, my first passion would be hooping too. I was the late bloomer in Foster Park. Like, I followed my friends around because that's all they did. Like, I was the one they had to stop. Like, Larry, you traveling? That's doubles. Come on, man, what you doing? I was that kid. So, and then I ended up kind of taking a liking to the game. Only reason why I didn't really want to per se coach in the beginning was because I was hard on coaches. I was that parent. He don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what the hell he doing. Like, and I was always scared of that hot seat. And I think that's kind of what it was, a little bit of guilt. Like, I didn't want that scrutiny. I wasn't ready for it. But when you put your passion to the side, like, I knew once I stopped hooping, I knew I wanted to train and coach. That was the difference. Like, because I knew I wanted to be around basketball, period. So that's kind of it. That decision went hand in hand. Like, I know I ain't going to the league after, like, they ain't letting ain't no more Dave Baileys. You know what I mean? Ain't no more, they ain't letting too many of short guys get busy like that. So, I came to that realization early, like early 20s, like when J-Rock was starting to walk. I'm like, let me get this little plan together, So I always knew, like, it was gonna convert to that. So that love for the game, period, it don't go, man. I like coaching too, bro. I'm just now figuring out the chess match part. I don't know how it was with you, Trill, but I know it was hard for me because I coached as I played. It's hard to coach as you play. I figured that. I'm like, dude, you supposed to cross tween. That's an and one. He looking like, dude, I ain't got no love. He's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, Carl, I'm just learning. So that chess match part come out because you gotta know your personnel. You know your play. It make you know your players better. It make you know what the players need to develop on. It's preparation involved. I'm learning how the preparation is involved with coaching. All that, and that love for the game, that competitiveness, that resonates to coaching. Like, I'm like, Trail, bro, I want to win. I don't care what they talking about. I'm about to go at the refs. I'm about to kick the table. And, I'm one of them guys, like, I'm trying to make it happen. And it's all in love for the game. You know what I mean? And that's the whole centerpiece of it. it's our love for the game that make us like that.
Facts.
You know, my story comes. So my freshman year in college, I was being a knucklehead in school. Well, not in school. I was leaving school and then doing knucklehead stuff. So Steve Pratt was my freshman year, my freshman college coach or whatever at Oakton. You know, he run for a package, and he like, look, I got an opportunity for you to do some training with some kids. Like y'all, I'm not finna go train nobody kids, bro. Like, I don't even like kids like that to go be training nobody kids, bro. And it started off with just me going, I was getting paid for, and it was like, okay, whatever. What made me figure out I was kind of okay with this. Right. So at one point, full package had on each level, it was elite, black, white, and then the silver team, which was like development teams, right? So I'm coaching a couple of silver teams. I'm just like, just give me the teams that don't nobody else want. I don't care. I just coach them because ain't nobody expecting them to win anyway. What made me start growing an interest in it was I had a silver 8th grade team. When nobody on this 8th grade team probably bigger than your son Trell. Like, I had a team full of little bitty guys. And we played this one coach at in Waukegan, at the field house in Waukegan. And he was so irritating, bro. Like, he was really making me mad because he knew that his team was a lot better than my team. And he was really being the asshole about it. Like, get up and press, take the ball from him. Like, bro,
yeah, he was one of them.
Yeah, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, clearly you got a better team, bro. Like, you're gonna just beat up on the developmental team. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, these are kids. You're like, you trying to run and score up on kids? Cool, don't worry about it. And that's when the competitive nature in me kicked in. Cool, don't worry about it. I want to play you again. Give me a couple of weeks, and I want to play you again. And in a couple of weeks, I had our silver team winning tournaments. And Billy Welcome at the time was with Full Package, the guy that run all in. He came to me and said, our silver teams has never won multiple championships in a season. You just won 2 back-to-back. And I beat the guy that ran the score up. I had them in it, like, I just made them play like inner city kids. Like, these are kids that live in Waukegan, Highland, Northbrook. They live up there, like the Glenview. They live up there, right? And I had them running down the court hollering, red, 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 red. Bro, we got the beating teams up there. I had one bro. I end up, even with the Highland Park District, bro, like, I was coaching the girls team. I had one coach. He was so frustrated because he had won like their little house league thing or whatever they had out there. He had won it 5 straight years, bro. And I had a developmental team with a bunch of girls that just started. He had his little team, whatever. Like, they had been winning since they were young. They beat us the first time by 20, which is cool. Like, I don't even look at losses like, okay, well, we lost. They make a big deal about it. No, it's okay. We just gonna get better. So once I integrated the I don't want to say black basketball, but that's what it is. The hood basketball, they red and getting their face and playing defense full court. He stopped the game in the middle of the game to go complain. They can't be yelling in my girl's face. I say, as basketball, they're talking. Coach, like, what are you, bro? We beat them people by 30, and that's when I realized, like, okay, I might be a little okay with this. Like, and I ended up going to Beijing and play. And I came home. I got some inner city kids that I was taking a full package. They really couldn't afford a full package, and I turned a bunch of kids that didn't know, like you said, didn't know nothing about no AAU team, none of that. And I turned them into real monsters. And as I turned them into monsters, my passion for coaching grew because I was watching what I produce come to fruition. Like, bro, like, this is crazy. Like, I really got these kids out here beating people that nobody gave them a chance to go beat. So that was dope, bro. So next question of the night. Moog just texted me, said he just leaving the gym. You know, he just had his little Wednesday night thing.
Yeah, he do got the Wednesday night league.
Yeah. We just left him up there. My third and fourth grade played some fifth and sixth grade with us. I like them playing up there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. What have been some of your favorite moments in your program so far?
Man, I think in my program, I mean, anytime, honestly, anytime they seventh grade now, anytime my seventh graders play, man, because that's kind of like, you know, like the premier team, I should say, of my program. That's the team with Lil Trail and D Hawk and all them. Anytime them little dudes playing, man, that's like a big moment for me because that's one of those group shit. For the most part, I had most of them kids since they've been in seventh grade. I mean, second grade. And to be able to keep a group together from second grade and then they're in seventh grade now, that's hard to do, bro. That's hard to do. These kids get older. Egos start to come about. You know, had the parents get involved because they feel like they kids not getting enough of this or whatever. The rankings and shit start playing a part. My bad, I ain't mean to cut, but the rankings and all that start playing a part. So just anytime they playing, that's kind of like a big thing for me. But I will also say our showcase league. That's what we do, and the showcase league is kind of like it's actually something we started last year. We got it going again. We starting back in January, but every Sunday night we had the kids playing. Whereas they all kind of register and we do a draft. We do a draft. We put them all on different teams, and that's more so. We do that just more so for fun, bro. Like think about it, these kids is training all the time. They traveling with AAU. They got school ball. They doing all this. They got the parents. It's never a time where they just get in the gym and they just hoop. And I feel like what we try to provide with the Showcase League, that's pretty much that. It ain't no practice. It ain't none of it. It's just y'all come, y'all gonna be on these teams, y'all hoop. It's like it's more so like a structured open run. You know what I'm saying? They have fun with it. We got the music playing, and that's one of the biggest things. That's one of the funnest times of the program.
What about you, Larry?
Man, Reef, can you ask the question one more time, bro?
One of your best moments in your program. One of your
best moments. Best moment for my program is this year in particular. I want to say I ran my first, I hosted my first tournament, which was huge, very huge. And then I actually solidified my first and second grade team. Like it was kind of like a runaround thing, grabbing kids here and there. But now I got that official group, kind of like how Trill said when they started at second grade. I got that group now. So I'm trying to keep egos out the way, rankings, all that good stuff, so I can keep them together until they in seventh grade, because I think I got a nice group. That's like my highlight right there, my babies. You know, I've had a chance to train a lot of kids, you know, but coaching these kids on the lower level, the babies, is like the biggest highlight. That's like my biggest accomplishment right now. I don't know, it's small, but you know, it's big to me, bro.
Man, that's actually huge. And none of them kids on your team is your kid.
Yeah, what is, man?
Yeah, you okay? That's
because I
good.
didn't, because I always resented that I didn't coach when J Rock was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But to that defense, J Rock started late. He was a late bloomer as well. So I didn't get a chance to do the second, first grade, the baby stuff. You know, he didn't really like basketball around that time. So now that I got a 7-year-old, he loves it. You know what I mean? He wants to be J-Rock. So, I gotta get it. I gotta get into that feel of it. And, I kind of do it and I don't know if it's bad or good. I'm sheltering him. I want to protect his basketball journey in a way. I just don't trust anybody with him. Of course, I got, y'all good guys. If I didn't coach at all, I know who we'd go to. But, I kind of want to manipulate that situation first. Because I would hate to come to your team, Trail, and with a hidden agenda, like most parents do. They play on your friendship and they'll come with they kid, but they got a personal agenda and they're using your program for their personal agenda. So I wouldn't want to do that to anybody else. So I would put that personal agenda on myself, on my own program. So, I felt like that's fair. That's a fair trade with it. But my highlight is the babies, bro. Like without them, it ain't gonna be no program. It's no future of the program without a smaller team.
I agree with that.
So I ain't gonna lie. If my son didn't live so far north, I was gonna send him to the Trail. He would live so far north. I ain't gonna lie, because like it's a thin line with that father and that coaching or whatever.
It is,
and him not living with me is even more of a thin line. But if you see my son, bro, like he's strong as the odds. He just don't have the training right now. He in 7th grade. But if you see him, bro, like Trail, talking about rebound, he wants somebody to go rebound, he gonna get 1,000,000 rebounds, bro. Now, putting it back.
You think you hard on him? Are you hard on him at all?
No. But
you think if you coached him, you'll be hard on him?
I'm a coach. Like I'm a coach how I coach anybody else.
I'm asking because I'm hard on my baby.
So again, him, I'm going to coach him like I'm not going to coach him like he's my son. I'm gonna coach him like he's my player. So when he messing up, I'm gonna be, hey, no, bro, what are you doing? That's not what you do. You know what I mean? And that thin line, because he doesn't live with me, it kind of like that, like you're just yelling at me, like we don't have enough time in our lives right now for me to be like, okay, yelling at me when I'm on the court, yelling at me when I'm messing up in life, like you're always yelling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to straddle that fence. He played basketball now. I just go to the games. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's been a couple of times I'd have been in the gym and I just kind of had to sit there with the
yeah, everybody done did that, bro.
Everybody
did
that. You gotta hit him with the hey, slow down on your layups, bro. Like, please just slow down. You do not have to go full speed. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When he went to this basketball, so I went to the little tryout thing or whatever, and I'm watching the people that's finna teach my son basketball. And the basketball in me is like, oh my God. What are we finna do with this, bro? Like, this is not okay. Like, how am I sending my son to people that don't know nothing about the basketball game? Like, they knew nothing. I get it. Like, it was volunteer, but the cost of the league was $250. I feel like if I'm paying $250, he got to get something out of this, bro. Like something, bro. Like he got to learn some kind of fundamentals, some basics, something, bro.
I still cringe asking for team fees, bro. I couldn't imagine. I still get nervous asking my. I still be with my parents like y'all know fees do.
They charged me I paid it. They charged me $250, bro. $250 for them to only play. They played one game every Saturday. They practiced one time a week. And when I seen the practice and I finally made one of the practices, And my son mother, she'll be like, it's just written all over your face. Like, he understands that you're disappointed. I'm not disappointed in him. I'm definitely not disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in all the grown people in here trying to teach these kids basketball.
It ain't their fault.
I'm not disappointed in the kids.
It ain't
How
the
can
kids'
I?
fault.
How can I expect the kids to make a layup if the grown people can't make layups?
Exactly.
How can I expect the kids to make a right hand dribble if he's struggling to do a right hand dribble? Like it's
I'm big
cringing.
on that, bro. You
And it's
gotta
cringing because like, oh,
gotta
my
be
God,
able to at
bro.
least hit a layup.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, bro. Like what did
at
I
least
just pay
that,
for?
bro.
So I like, so now I just go and I support them, and I just sit back and I just kind of support them. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, everybody that's gonna watch this podcast, I'm letting y'all know now, it is probably one of the hardest things for me ever to do, to watch my son go out there and have no knowledge of what he's doing. It's like I'm teaching thousands of kids the basic fundamentals of the game, and my son has no clue. Right now, he's just naturally gifted. He's a lot stronger than kids. So the little league he was in, he just dominated that because he's ran nobody over, even the kids that was bigger than him. Because, right, the little like discipline him is, hey, I need 10 push-ups. I need 20 push-ups. So now he's, you know what I'm saying, got a broad shoulders, nice size. If he do push-ups, and it's like he's just dominating these kids. It's just like it's tough. My daughter, on the other hand, she really don't like. She don't like the bas. She backwards. She's like most kids that want to do basketball, right? She don't like the basketball part of it. She loved the working out part of it, which is crazy. Like I had a kid in the weight room yesterday. She didn't have her basketball stuff with her, and she like was finna be in tears because she wanted to work out. Like, you don't even have gym shoes, but I just want to really just. I don't get to go to the weight room all the time. I really want to be in the weight room. Like you want to go shoot, like, but if you go tell her go shoot and go do some battle, I ain't gonna play in the game. I just want to do the workouts. And the crazy part, like she's 8, but I had a conversation with the parent of the kid I was working out yesterday, and I told him like her biggest thing is she's always usually good at everything that she do. Right? She learned piano really quick. She learned gymnastics really quick. She's in 3rd grade and she's reading and doing math at 5th or 6th grade level. So she's always advanced. In basketball, is not. I mean, it's secondary. Like, bro, you see her form. Like, that wasn't even taught. It's just something that she just knew, right? So she's not having that instant success like she does everything else, right? Workouts is different because she can see the success, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the game, it's like, I missed. And I missed. Dang, he took the ball from me. So that it's not that instant success. So she don't like that part.
She's trying to steer away from that. She don't like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be disappointed or failing. Like I'm good on that. So it took me a little while to realize that, but that's what she like. She like working out, bro. She really hate being in games. Like, but I always got her uniforms and gym shoes, and you know what I'm saying. So when she do play, like crazy thing when she plays, bro, like she always scores and get blocks and steals. It's like,
I sure was finna say, man. Anytime I done seen her play my little teams, man, she got an impact on the game.
And it'd be crazy, bro. I be trying to push it. Like I always tell, like, babe, no, you're good. You're playing with the boys. You're doing well. Like she feel like, again, because my younger team, they're getting there. They're not the, the R2Gs and stuff like that. And they're not their upper echelon team. You know what I mean? They're really beginners. They're really just learning how to play. And she feel like, okay, we lost by 3, but that loss means everything to her because she doesn't like losing. So instead of her competing, I kind of have talks and, you know what I'm saying, will her into like, no, but sometimes you're going to lose. She just kind of stay away from it. Like, I'm staying in this lane. So I don't want to force it on her and make it feel like a job because she is only 8. But eventually, I'm pretty sure that's something that she, you know what I'm saying, go do.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna coach my daughter. I already told her mama that I'm not gonna coach her. I'm gonna let somebody else coach her and give her pointers and still train her and figure that out. So Terrell, you might have a
Man, I said if my daughter, she about to be 2, man. I said if she grow up and want to hoop, I don't think I'm gonna be able to coach her, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
I know how I am on Trail. I know how I am with him, man. I can't be like that with my baby girl.
So one of y'all might have to get her, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And the crazy part about this,
I'll try to do a girls team. Like I know my baby girl gonna hoop. I can't keep her away. She just started walking. I can't keep her away from the basketball.
All right, Larry, I'm gonna be sending you mine, man.
Right. So there it is. Yeah. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She be like, and it's like she like, bro. Not just saying it because that's my daughter, bro. But like, she has a chance to low key be really good, bro. Like Trill just, bro. Am I lying, Trill?
Oh,
like, bro, like, but
that's why I'm surprised you just said that. Like, when she act like she don't. I'm surprised because anytime I see her, she making an impact on the game. She in the gym all the time, like.
Bro, she can dribble up the length of the court with either hand, bro. Got a nice form on her jump shot. Can make jump shots past the free throw, like. And she just don't like not having the all-out success.
She a winner, man. That's what that is. She got a mentality, young.
Yeah.
And she don't. If it's something she gonna lose, no, I'm cool. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, and I ain't not right now. But she in the gym, so. That's the good thing is when she gonna be ready, when she ready, she gonna be ready.
Gonna be ready,
Yeah, she gonna be ready. She be in there. I be making the other kids mad, like, bro, how are you getting out worked by an 8-year-old girl? Like that makes no sense. Like, what the hell? But she'll go in there, she'll be directing the boys. Oh, you gotta jump like this. Describe the typical process of running a practice for young athletes.
You go ahead, Larry.
A typical practice, I mean, I think you got to do a couple things. One thing I want to start incorporating with mine is adding a prayer before our practices. And that's something I need to start doing a little bit more. But you got to go ahead. I like talking to the players, letting them know what I'm expecting for them before we start this workout. Sometimes I'm throwing them a bone before I get to, cursing you out and making you run laps and do push-ups. I'm gonna give you the disclaimer before we even step out here. We about to get straight to business. I need your discipline. I need your attention. I need your 100%. If I don't see it, you'll know how I feel about it. And and then you got to go over the basics. You got to go over your game preparation. You got to just make sure you're holding the players accountable, man, making sure everything good. Like, these are the times that you're supposed to be sharpening your program. Every practice should be time you sharpening up your program. It ain't just with the players, it's with your staff, coaches, and yourself. That's what I look at practice with, man. That's the whole scheme of things for me.
No, I agree with that. Definitely, like for us, because like I said, I coach our 7th grade group in our program, and I mean for us, so most of the time, a typical practice, before we get into the basketball thing, one thing I love doing, we don't do it every practice, but we do it often. I always get the kids in the middle of the court. We sitting down, we just chopping it up. I'm asking them about grades. They at a point where I'm asking about girls now. Just talking to them, bro. Like, and one thing I'm big on is establishing roles within a team. And I try to make kids comfortable with their roles. So what I do when I talk to them, I'm talking in front of everybody. I'm talking in front of the whole team. Sometimes I'm talking in front of the parents. because I just want them to understand, what's the expectation of being on the team and how you gonna contribute to the team. But I mean, outside of that, I try to steal different things from the high school coaches that I've been under, as far as like coaching with like Ty. Now I'm over there with Jametis Mutes, JD. He was at High Park last year. He a real good coach. So I try to take different things that we work on in practice and then installing it in our practice. Shit, conditioning is like one of the biggest things I've changed throughout my practices. We conditioning heavy in every practice now. And now, instead of, because I know what a lot of people do is they run after they done did everything. Now with me, we starting practice off running.
Yeah,
We
I kind of sort of do that too.
you do it after.
No, I know. I try to get it out the way early.
Yeah, and see, I didn't do that at first. We'll do shoot free throws at the end. If you miss, you gonna run this amount. That's what we would do. Now, man, we off back. We building up to 10 touches. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't making it, we gonna keep running because now I feel like, okay, you warmed up, and now I want to see what's your focus level when you tired. I want to see how hard you're gonna go when you tired. I want to see how many shots you're gonna make when you tired. Because that's when you're getting better. I always tell them, man, anybody can walk in the gym and make shots. Who gonna make them when they tired? So
exactly.
Like I said, for me, like I said, the conditioning part is definitely like one of the biggest things I've changed with my practice plan.
Conditioning, man, is a key component, bro.
Both y'all talking about the whole team. So my biddy teams, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I really don't do a whole. I do some team concept stuff. I know a lot of my parents are kind of upset because with the smaller teams, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do my we do our warm ups, we do our our conditioning. I condition them real heavy, and then we do mostly skill development. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like at this point, learning the fundamentals, learning how to do with your right hand, your left hand, making right hand layups, left hand layups, jump shot layups. I feel like at this point of their life and their career is more important to learn than team concepts. So a lot of parents don't like that. A lot of parents like they need to be taught screen and roll. If they can't dribble with either hand, screen and roll ain't even gonna matter. Like him cutting to the rim, if he can't make a layup or he can't know how to jump stop or do any of that, it's not gonna matter. But like you had to explain to parents, we're so in this era of social media. You see a second grader, you see a third grader, a seventh grader like Trill and D-Hawk, like, you know what I'm saying, who's really, really skilled. And a lot of parents don't understand the grind to even get to that. And they want that instant gratification. Like they want it to be like, okay, I got to get my son to that. You're doing fundamentals. I need my son to go tween, cone. I like, okay, well.
So Tay, would you say like ball handling is one of the main things you should be focusing on when the kids is young? Because for me, like with my third grade now, with that third grade group, and even the younger kids that I train with my biddy, when we do our biddy ball training, I tell the parents, work on ball handling. Because to me, if a kid, if a second grader or a first grader can handle the ball, they can get wherever they want to get on the court. Shooting and all that's gonna come as they get older, because you're gonna have to change their shot. I mean, Larry, I know you can attest to this. You're gonna have to change the shot 3-4 times by the time they get to high school anyway. Mm-hmm. So I feel like definitely how you said, biddy ball practice, definitely for us, it's skill work. It's pretty much all skill work.
Yeah.
You might go 20 minutes where you working on, 2-3 zone or a shell drill, trying to get them the concept of learning how to play man to man and being able to help. But yeah, at that level, I definitely agree that it's more so you working on skill.
Yeah, no, I think that's my biggest goal, bro. Like, and teaching them the small things about the game, because in the future, like when you get to that level, that sixth grade, seventh grade level, it starts to become more so team, right?
Yeah.
So I think that kindergarten through fifth, even sixth or seventh, right? You want to teach the intangibles, the talking, right? So earlier I talked about how my parents said how they talk. So we work on that in practice. We have drills where we just pass the ball to each other, and you got to say each other's names, right? So just incorporate talking while doing things, right? Teaching them the small intangible stuff, and understand and trying to let parents know this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like, we're not trying to sprint to the finish line. We want to take our time and enjoy this moment of the grind, because when they get real, it's going to become really stressful for them. So I tell them, no, let them be kids, bro. Let them have fun. Let them digress, because this basketball, once you get into it for real, it becomes a toll. Like high school, college, when you got to wake up in the morning to practice, you got to go to school, you got to practice out the school, then you got to get individuals in, like then you got to get homework done. It becomes a lot on them. So right now, at this age, it's more skill development, and really, it's not even a lot of the parents do skill development, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like they try to rush and do the advanced skill work.
Yep.
Right? I'm really big on building a solid foundation of fundamentals, right? Basic right hand dribble, basic left hand dribble, learning how to jump stop and pass the ball, right? 1-2 layup instead of Euros. Like, Euro in second grade is crazy, bro. Euro in third grade is like, I get it, but I feel like, what happens when he gets stronger and bigger and faster? Like, then you gotta, like, now you gotta go back and teach him that again at a different speed and a different strength. I'd rather just teach him the fundamentals and then build on that as we see, like, okay, how tall we may not, a kid may be 6'11", he may be 4'9". Like, we never know until later on down the line. So instead of building a skill set that he might not never be able to use, I just go ahead and build his foundation of fundamentals. And that's how I pretty much do my practices. Like, we're gonna build fundamentals, we're gonna build and do all the small things that's gonna make us, one day be a great team. So I ain't gonna lie, I lose a lot of kids on a younger level because they see, a lot of these trainers and a lot of these coaches, they got cones lined up for them to do all these behind the back dribbles, and we ain't gotta do all that. We gonna go right hand through that, left hand through that. You can learn some footwork, like, because none of that matters if you don't even understand what you're doing.
Exactly.
Right. So that's my whole input on that, bro. So my biddy ball practice be fundamentals. I ain't gonna lie, my high school practice be fundamentals. We do a lot of running, we do a lot of fundamental stuff. Because again, I talk to coaches. Coaches tell you, bro, I played on a team with a guy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I played on a team with a guy when I was in Nebraska, bro. The guy, he can put it through his legs. He can do all. He probably could have led us in scoring. He never got that opportunity to get on the court because his understanding of the game was really, really bad, right? So now you so skilled and you went through all these drills and you don't even understand when, how, where to use it. You can't even go on the court to use it. So what was the purpose of it? Right? And that's the point I feel like a lot of parents are missing. That's cool for him to learn how to do a step back three, but if you don't know when to use it, you ain't gonna never get to use it. Because I ain't gonna lie, some coaches do a step back three at the wrong time, you're gonna be buried on the bench for the rest of the season, bro. What the hell you just do? Go get him. Sit down. Don't say nothing to me. So next question is, what are some of your pros and cons of running your program?
I know with me, the pros is, the pros is the smiles on the kids' faces and the benefit of them getting better, the givens, you know what I mean? I think the cons with me, I think parents. And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tread lightly with this because you never know who watching, but only because parents need to understand what commitment is. You got to understand even if you're in your adult life, you still got to understand what commitment is. Whether you committed to your job, your career, whatever the case is, taking care of your kids, however the case is, commitment is a real strong thing, and a lot of people don't know what that means. A lot of people don't know what it means to invest time into their kid. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to go to the club. Sometimes you might not. You're gonna have to chuck that weekend up to sit in some AAU games. You're gonna be sitting in the gym all day today. It becomes a strain because I've been on both spectrums of it. I've been the parent, and now I'm the coach. And now I still feel the same way. I don't want to sit in this motherfucker all day either. But we got a game at 2:00 and it's another game at 6. I hate it, but this is what you signed up for. And I think as soon as the parents kind of, relieve themselves of that complaints and just go straight into commitment mode, because you got some good parents out here really investing time into their kid and it's showing, and I give it up to them. But you got to know how serious you want it. You can't kind of half-ass the situation and then complain about playing time and scrutinize the coach. Hey, you ain't been to practice. You just showing up for games. Like you just got parents who kind of just really delusional to the concept of the team thing. And it's a selfish thing. You know what I mean? I don't like selfish parents. I don't like that my kid, my kid, my kid. It's your kid with 9 others, plus my kid along with your kid. So now you want more over my own kid. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta. I just don't like how some of the parents come through. I don't want to sound like a sour guy about it, but in my experiences, the only cons I ever had was through parents. And even with the program, it isn't that I hate that. He really likes this other team. Nah, they don't really like that other team. You like that other team. You like that kid ain't telling you. I don't know if you ever had a talk to a parent and like, these parents talking about 7, 8, 9 year olds, and he told me, Dad, he really does. I really don't feel comfortable with, playing with you, and you keep yelling at me. And I'm like, your son don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you. Like, come on, man. Like, who you tripping with? So, just being a joke about it, but like, everything is good as long as the kid's good with me. Them all my pros. The kids laughing, a couple wins here and there. You're gonna get your losses. I mean, as long as they functioning, playing ball, and they doing something other than the stuff that they could be doing, I'm okay. That's all pros. But the only cons I ever had was through parents.
Yeah.
That's the only cons I ever had.
I'm legit in that same boat. Like you said with the pros. I mean, at the end of the day, we doing it for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
We doing it for the kids. So just to see them have fun, um, and then go back to what Tay was saying, man, building these bonds, building this brotherhood. I always just revert back to the team. My team, my coach, my program, my 7th grade group, because I had these kids. I've seen these kids grow up to little young men,
Mm-hmm.
and they teenagers now. I seen them at 2nd grade. So just to that's like one of the biggest pros, to be able to see these kids grow up, man, and the commitment they've had working on their games. And it's crazy with my program, because when we talk about cons, the only con is definitely the parents. Like, I look, they got their ways. But with my group, man, I try to use them as an example for my whole program, because I have a group of parents who has bought in to my vision.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say, man, I gotta like give it up for them, because I feel like without that group of parents, man, my program probably wouldn't even be where it's at. because like I said, I got one parent, she take care of all the hotel stuff situations for my team. I got another parent who she's ahead of the fundraising, like, and these are things they doing voluntarily. Like and I tell them how much I appreciate them because that takes so much off of me. Well, all I got to do is be able, I just got to coach our kids. That's all I got to do. I got to coach them and be mentors, be father figures for some of these kids. And that alone, you don't understand how much that takes off of me. That frees a lot of me. So like I said, it's crazy because the cause is I ain't gonna say all the other parents, but some of the other parents, how you talk about, they don't really understand the commitment part of the whole thing, the commitment from them. They don't understand the commitment we putting in too. A lot of times we ain't making no money doing this. That's
we lose. Sometimes we losing.
And I'm gonna say that because I need people to really understand what's going on because people be, man, they charge for this, they charge for that. Well, I mean, if I can find a gym that was free, I wouldn't have to charge nobody nothing. If I can find tournaments that was free, I wouldn't have to charge nobody nothing. And like you just said, Larry, I find myself every year I'm losing. Every year I ain't gonna say losing. I'm gonna say I found myself every year I'm coming out of my pocket for other people. And I got a whole family here. Luckily, I got a fiance who, she's invested in what we doing. Like she's bought in to what I do with my program. So I don't really have to have those talks at home where, you taking money from this house to give to other kids because she understands the situation.
It's a lifestyle. It's a whole different lifestyle.
Exactly. So I just be wanting these parents to understand, like, sometimes you just got to be a little more appreciative of what guys are, or just coaches, period, is what they doing out here because the biggest thing, one of my biggest things is time. Like you can't buy time back. And the time we putting in with these kids, even if it's just training them, practices, traveling, whatever, like it's a lot. It's a lot. And we could be doing a lot more things with our time, but we chose to be in the situation we in, but we enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I think the pros for me is the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
The watching the kids, how they fun. Like tonight, we played in Mook little thing tonight. Well, not say little thing. Mook Wednesday night shootouts or whatever. We went and played in that. My kindergarten and second grade, they lost, right? And I didn't come to them and say, "Dang man, why y'all lose?" My first words was, "Y'all ain't look like y'all have fun tonight. Why y'all not have fun? Y'all gotta have fun. I don't care about y'all losing. Y'all supposed to go ahead and have all the time of your life. Shoot a bunch of bad shots. Go out there and have fun, bro. Like y'all kindergarten, second grade, have fun. Y'all don't worry about nobody ever is going to remember your score from this. Ever. Exactly. Nobody's gonna tell you, like, man, remember when on November 30th, 2022, y'all lost 8-0? Nobody's gonna remember that.
Nobody's gonna remember that.
What you're going to remember is, dang, I had fun. That's what you're gonna remember. So you gotta have fun. Like that's the biggest key. Before every game, with my little guys, we break down the huddle. My thing, what's the number one thing we gotta do? Have fun. You gotta have fun. I don't care about nothing else. Have fun. Fall on the floor. I don't care what. Like, don't be worried about winning or losing these games. We win, we gonna celebrate. We lose, we gonna celebrate because it's about having fun. You know what I mean? So that was my biggest. Like I told them to have fun. My cons is I got a pretty decent parent group. I do run across some parents that's kind of tough to deal with. I've run across parents that just kind of drop their kids off and expect you to be like responsible for them. Like, what are we doing? Like you didn't even let me know that you dropped your kid off, but you dropped your kid off, and now he's here. And what if he wasn't able to play or something? Like you didn't even reach out to me and ask me what was going on. You just kind of dropped your kid off. But you know, for the most part, I got a pretty really good parent group. I talk to them all the time. Like Larry said earlier, you know, trying to come to them with team fees, I try to make it as minimum as possible. But even when you make it as minimum as possible, like I be feeling sometimes I might as well charge what it actually costs because it's going to be a struggle either way. And then at least I won't be coming out as much money out of my pocket because me already charging the minimum, like I know I'm putting this much money up towards tournaments and uniform and stuff like that. So I'm going to put my money up. But then when you charge that minimum and it's still a struggle to get the team fees, now you coming out of pocket even more. So, you know.
I kind of structure it. I kind of and don't get me wrong. After listening to y'all, I don't want to dump on my parents. I'm talking about past parents. Like my new group, like I say, my baby group. Those parents are awesome. They'll pay for gym time for me if I need it. Like, coach, we ain't got the gym. Oh, you ain't got no money. Hey, look, how much is it? You know, like they'll do that. Like I got those types of parents. Like they take care of stuff. They make it happen. Them mamas, they shake some stuff down and make it happen. So don't get me wrong. I just don't want this podcast to go out and they just think
no. Look, so I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm talking about past parents, like parents that just didn't get it.
And the crazy thing, Larry, is it was some of my like so this group of second and third, well, like my kindergarten and second, my third and fourth, but like this isn't my most skilled group, right? Mm-hmm. I've had skilled players at this age level that's with other programs now. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't care if they like dealing with some of those parents was kind of a headache because it was like, you know, I get what you see in your son, but your son, like two things. One, he just got to learn how to come out here and just play and not worry about what you're going to say to him on the ride home, right? It becomes a distraction because now you're yelling from the side. You know, you're trying to coach from the side, and in kindergarten through them to 8th grade, not even like it's hard for them to even focus on one thing, let alone two. Like I'm telling him, hey, go set a screen. And you're telling him go score. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Because now he's in his mind, he didn't turn over the ball. Now you're yelling, you turned over the damn ball. Like, yes, he turned over the ball, bro. He confused. Like, he got to listen to coach because he the coach. I got to listen to dad or mom because they're my parents. So now what do I do? You know what I mean? And it becomes a butted head type thing. So I've learned to just, you know, when parents want to walk, I just let them walk. Oh, it's okay. You want to go play with me? That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to take the people that understand my journey and my vision, and that's who I'm going to work with. And that's kind of how my parent group that I have now, we kind of built that because they believe in what I got going on. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, I have a bunch of dads, and like even from my high school level, like DeJuan Taylor, who's the father of DJ Taylor, who's over at Longwood right now. Like he'll tell you, like, when I'm around, you unk. But when I ain't around, you his daddy. Like that's how he view you. Like he'll tell people, like, no, I got a second dad. My second dad is Coach Tay because he not only be on me on the court, but he makes sure I'm taking care of myself off the court as a young man. And, you know, that's the kind of parent group or the kind of people that you kind of want around you, the people that believe in your vision. And as long as you're doing it for the right way. So my parents is not so much of cons. They can be headaches, but they're not so much of cons. I think another con, like you said, the cost of all this, I don't think people really understand the cost of travel basketball. Oh my God. I don't think people, and that's what we need to highlight in this podcast. I don't think people understand the price of travel basketball. I'm going to say that one more time. I don't think people understand the price of travel, not just basketball, sports. Like travel sports is extremely expensive. So parents is out there watching, travel sports is extremely expensive, right? You want your kid to be out there in the best uniforms. You want them to play in the best tournaments. You want them to travel in vans and coach buses. Those things are extremely, not a little expensive, extremely expensive. You want to talk about tournaments of substance? If you go look, NY to LA, right? It's $650 per team. $650 per team. Speech is another $675 per team. Like not all your teams in your program. This is per team. Like I don't think people
but
understand
you gotta make it clear, just so people do know. They might give you a discount of like $20 off, $25 off.
Yeah. So they hit you with if you got multiple teams, if you got 3 teams, instead of it being $675, it's gonna be $650 per team.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, it's expensive, man, and people got to understand too what's been what I've seen over the past few years. The cost is going up. Like, especially when you got these, high major tournaments. It's like they know people gonna come. They know people want to come. So it's like a supply and demand type of thing. They gonna up the price. They gonna up the price because they feel like you're gonna come anyway. So that, man, people really gotta understand, man. This stuff is expensive. It's expensive.
Because now they know how to exploit the thirst and the need for publicity.
And then the hotel situation.
Wait, no. Before we get to the hotel, we go back to the tournaments. Tournaments gonna hit you with we gonna have Ballers TV recording the game.
Oh man, let's not even start on that.
Oh my God, bro. I'll be having to tell parents, is this they gonna have Ballers TV? No, not gonna.
That's what your tournament fees paying for. You paying for the cameraman. You paying for the table workers.
No, you ain't paying for no table workers. Your parents gotta work the table.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot. You might get free admission for that.
No, you don't even get free, bro. So I had to, bro.
I know NY to LA last year, and I hate to call them out, but I gotta keep it 100. A high school team. Well, I think they were Indianapolis or something like that. And it was like $45 for the weekend, maybe a little more, but the parents had to work the table.
Yeah,
that don't make sense at all.
So I was just speaking on that. So we did Under Armour or whatever. We did the UA Raz thing, and then we did the UA Next thing, right? So I had to come into because I was talking to the guy that ran the UA stuff. I was sitting and I was talking to him. I ain't gonna lie to you. My exact words to him was, I ain't gonna lie. I think it's a tough situation as a parent to realize, because a weekend UA pass was $75, right? For a weekend. So not only do I gotta pay $75 to come see my kid play, but I gotta work the table. So I don't even get to enjoy just being a spectator. I gotta make sure did I get that point? Like, so I'm not even enjoying my child play because I gotta focus on the table, because the minute I miss a point, you're gonna have somebody in the stands, it's 37, right? So I can't even enjoy my kid playing, but I just paid $75 to get in your tournament. I told him I don't feel like that has to be fixed across the board for all tournament directors. Like, not just Under Armour or NY to LA, but all tournament directors need to be something where you get two people for the table in like a coach. They get coaching bands, right? So you get 2 coaching bands, a head coach, assistant coach, and then 2 more bands for people that's gonna work the table. Because if I'm working the table, I'm not paying to get in here, bro. Like that's crazy. I'm working. Why am I paying to work? That's crazy, right? Don't let it like. And you got to. It's some parents that got kids on, like the parent I talked about, the coach. He got a kid that's on the K through second grade team. Then he got a kid on the 7th, 8th grade team. So now, even though I only pay one, I'm more than likely going to work the table for my son K through second grade team. So now that's 3 games. Then my son 7th, 8th grade, that's 6 games. I didn't work the table. Like table workers get what $20 per game. So I should have made 60 bucks for the weekend, maybe give you 15. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just that's my input on it. But nah, man, but hotels is not, bro.
Once the hotel, all the hotels doing, they sitting down, they getting them dates, they getting them tournament dates.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
because you can try to book a month in ahead, they already on you. They like, oh,
they already on it,
bro.
They already on it.
That's why I ain't gonna lie. I already started booking my hotels, but like y'all said, bro, it's tough because one room cost you $200
a night.
Look, man, Let me put y'all on game, man. If you ain't already on it, Airbnb.
No, that's what we used last year. Save a lot of money on that.
Hey, that's what we did. That was the
all
first year
ass up in this crib.
We'll probably never do hotels again, man. Because it's like it makes so much more sense, man.
So that's cool, right? On the grand scheme, because you coach your 7th grade team, right? But when you have
for a whole program, it's a little different. You're right. You're definitely right.
And the reason why I just feel like the hotels at that point make sense because 2 things. One, you want to keep everybody together, right? Mm-hmm. Try to keep us all together. That way you know where everybody is. But the second thing is, if we play in the morning, you ain't got like most Airbnb is not gonna compensate my whole program, right? I ain't got time to try to be driving around town, picking people up, and I'm pulling up to the Airbnb, and we gotta run there. They didn't forget something, so instead of doing all that, one location, I can knock on room doors, and I didn't get to the point. The kids be like, can we get 2 room keys? No, y'all get 1 room key for y'all. The other room key go to me. So I keep room keys to all my kids' rooms. Why? For a couple of reasons. One, after a certain time, I'm taking phones and video games. It's bedtime, bro. It's business time, especially for my older kids. And then 2, when it's time to get up in the morning, I'm not sitting knocking on your door, right? I'm 1 time, 2 times, 3rd time, hey, let's go. Wake up, let's go. You know what I mean? So that's the convenience for that. But that is crazy expensive. And then on top of that, you got to understand, like, a lot of my coaches is volunteer coaches. So I can't really make them pay for their room. So a lot of times I'm paying for coaches to be out of town. Like, travel basketball is crazy expensive.
Yep.
Like,
if you traveling, you that's even with sponsors. You coming out of bread even when you got sponsors.
So and even in that, right? So I had a parent ask me like, well, you know, that was a Main Street parent. Mean Streets, they still be charging us. Woo. I said, I'm pretty sure that Nike's going to cover the uniform and the tournaments that they play in for Nike.
That's it.
Everything else, Main Street still have to pay for. Like, understand that. While y'all want to go around and count people's pockets, understand they cover your uniform and your gear, right? And then after that, you have to pay for your hotel, your transportation, all of that. They ain't covering that. You might get some little discounts. They're not covering whole flights and all that stuff, boy. That costs. It's expensive. But these parents, they want their kids to go play in these upper programs. I tell, So I had to tell her with the fire. Like, Mom, you looking at me like I'm charging a whole lot. I understand your son don't make that 18. Good luck. if they not playing on that top team, good luck. Because like you gotta like again, Nike is going to cover the EYBL teams. They may help your other teams in your programs a little bit, but they covering the EYBL teams and the EYBL team only. Adidas is covering the 3SBB team, 3SSB teams, and that's it. They ain't covering nobody else. Under Armour, they covering that team and that team only, right? So if your son is not on that team, and he's just going to play for a Mean Streets, he make one of the Mean Streets team, right? I understand. You can't be mad if he's paying the team fee. Exactly. And you can't be mad if the team fee is expensive, like, because at the end of the day, they still travel together, right? Except they just don't be able to go to the EYBL stuff, right? But I'm pretty sure they still, like Mean Streets and Fire and the Wolves and all those shoe company teams, they still got to make sure their other teams play in quality tournaments. And we just said quality tournaments going to run you at the minimum $600. At the minimum, at the very minimum, you gonna get lucky.
Hey, so is it safe to say any program charging under $1,000 is losing?
Yeah, we crazy.
Okay. I'm glad I put that out there and somebody agreed with me.
Yeah, no, bro, we are, bro.
That's all the cat's out the bag now.
Bro, we are.
They don't know that, hey, that is.
You just did it all right, bro. Listen,
any program charging under that, any travel program that's charging under $1,000, you losing. You coming out your pocket. You coming out of your pocket.
And 1,000 is being generous.
Oh, I know.
1,000 is being, that's on the cheaper end of things. We like, I tell parents, I get it. You want to travel, you want to play in this tournament, that they'll come to you like, so, coach. So my friend sent me this tournament, and listen, I said, your friend tell you how much it was? No, they ain't give me that much. And I pull it up like, Mom, this tournament $700. Not to mention, how we gonna get down there? You driving your car? Cause I ain't driving my car. I'm not driving my car to Florida. So how we gonna get there? I ain't driving my car to Atlanta, so how we gonna get there? Oh, we gotta get in the van. So that means we gotta get a van, which is gonna cost us another $800. So now we have $1,500 for this one trip. We have $1,500 for this one trip. But no, look, I'll say, so we got the van, we got the tournament paid for with the gas. Because we gotta get there, right? That's gonna be another $200 plus. So now we have $1,700 for one trip. Just one trip.
Gotta feed the kids.
Just one trip, right? We ain't even talked about hotels, which is going to be $200 easily per night. You got to make sure.
That's for the bad ones. That's for the cheap ones.
That's for the cheap ones.
And that's for the cheap ones. So we had damn near $3,500 for one trip for one team. And we still ain't even fed the little motherfuckers. So again, you want to tell me about a tournament you want to play in? If we can raise $3,500 by this tournament, we can go play. Oh, I ain't know that. Yeah, I know. You let me do this end, and you do the parenting end. Right? Because if you did this end, you're probably quit. This is not this what we do, y'all, is not for the faint of heart at all. And then all of us got ladies or whatever, right? So all of us got ladies. Understand, I know both y'all ladies are expensive. So you gotta, I be having to stress the parents when parents be like, well, I got bills.
He snapped. He snapped.
Dang, Mom, you too? That's crazy. I never would have thought that you had bills. Oh my God, bro. Like you got bills too. That is Dad. You really got so you got bills, Dad. Yeah. So I just had to pay for my son's you got kids. Oh, I didn't know you was going through this problem too. Like, but you looking at me like, let me come up short. You got it, you cover it, but let me come up short because I got things I got to take care of. Like,
they'll do it, bro. They'll do it in a heartbeat.
like, so do I neglect my bills for your kid? So I say I got to tell my people who I paid to keep a roof over my head. I got to call them and say, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna be late this month, Pan, because I got to go pay for a tournament. They gonna look at me. You will have a 5-day notice. I gotta tell the people. I gotta tell my car, I can't put gas in you today because I have to pay for the gym in which I'm about to train these kids. That's not my kids.
Boy, it get real, boy. I cancel practice, everything. Ain't nothing shaking.
Man, bro, that's why we're trying to tell parents, bro. That'd be the killer, coach. I want to catch up on some bills.
Nah, it costs money to maintain and run these programs, bro.
Yeah,
it's a different monster when you talking shit as a parent. Like I said, I've been on both spectrums. You know, it's night and day. Night and day. It costs bread.
And this is coming from somebody. So let's put this out there on the podcast. This is coming from somebody when his son was in high school, played for a shoe sponsor team. And he's telling y'all right now out of his mouth, it costs what?
At least a G. Like Coach said, at least a G. Even if you're an elite player, you're not gonna get let me put it like this. Even if you're getting your hotels paid for, you still gonna eat a few $100s in food, just attending. Just your mere presence there is coming out of G. So you can play the numbers game and shuffle it around all you want, but you coming out some bread, one way or another. I'm in the bind, Nate.
We just had Xavier, we had Mustafa Suleiman on here. He's talking about his son X, and he like, bro, you got to put up 20 G's for your son's career. Because if you don't, you're going to fall short. And that's bro. That's the whole spectrum. It's crazy. So last question of the night, man. I can talk to you guys all night because this is, y'all my brothers. Last question of the night is, what is your goals going forward with your program?
My goal is to continue to do the same thing. My end game is to have my own gym. So I ain't even got to mess around with all this. You know what I mean? Just come on to the Born Legends gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dream. And then I'll be able to manipulate what I want to do. Free camps. I can do free camps in my own gym. I can hold practice in my own gym. You know what I mean? Like, it's more advantages that way. And then, hopefully be on the circuit, man. I don't know. Might be next to you, Tay. Might be on your heels, brother. Cause you just opened up some doors. You just kicked the back door in, bro.
Oh, he definitely did, didn't he?
On the real.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, Terrell.
No, I was gonna say, man, I'm kind of in the same boat with Larry, man. Like, I mean, obviously, my goal is to definitely just keep growing the program. And when I say growing it, I'm not saying, I want to have 100 teams, and because people don't understand that to me, that's just more of a headache. Honestly, it's a catch-22. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing because the more teams you got, you're helping more kids, but I never really want to have my program watered down.
I was just gonna
When
say
you
that.
just got too many teams, I don't want to get to a point where I see a kid with an R2G jersey on. I don't know who that kid is. Like, no, no, I want R2G. We say R2G family. That's like one of our biggest hashtags because, you know, I treat my program how my family is. It's a family oriented type of thing. So I want to keep it that. But like Larry said, at the end of the day, the end goal is definitely to have your own facility. Because when you got your own facility, you ain't gotta, you know, you ain't gotta deal with other people. You ain't gotta deal with, you know, rental costs and all of that. You ain't gotta deal with none of that. You get in from sun up to sundown if I wanted to. It just it cuts a lot of things out when you got your own facility. So that's definitely like, you know, one of the biggest goals throughout our program. We could have our own academy, our own facility where we can do different things in. I'll be cool with that.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna speak to both of you brothers right now. I'm gonna let y'all know. April 7th, I think that's the day. April 7th, I'm doing an unsigned senior showcase. I know that's AAU season, right? I'm gonna need y'all on deck, bro, for that April 7th, bro. Because so I just had to have I just went live. What was that, Monday? I think it was Monday. I went live Monday and I had to address the little situation about my unsigned senior little showcase I'm doing. So Mustafa Suleiman is doing one at the rooftop gym or whatever in March. So the reason why I decided to do mine was I had started reaching out to college coaches about just pulling up to my event this year because it's during evaluation time. So when I started seeing a lot of college coaches like, you know, like I would love to see that. I see you guys. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some unsigned seniors there. Woo. I'm like, dang, I got 30. I looked at I ain't gonna lie, I looked at my list. I got a list of colleges in my on the notebook that's committed to coming. And I looked at my list and I'm like, I got 30 colleges that's coming out that weekend. So what I want to do, like, I think I'm just gonna do an unsigned senior showcase because I know I usually have an 8th grade game, but it don't make no sense to have an 8th grade game at that time because it's the second week of AAU. I know I'm not gonna get a lot of the top 8th grade kids, right? So I'm just gonna deal with the seniors. So when I sat down and I came up with that idea, the first thing I did was call Move. Hey, bro, I know you're doing your showcase, right? I want to make sure I'm not stepping on your toes or doing anything. I want to do a showcase for the unsigned seniors as part of my event. I just want, before I go and put it in the public, I want to make sure I get your blessings because I know you're doing your thing. I don't ever want anybody to ever feel like I'm in competition with them. Because both of y'all know me, like, bro, I'm not in competition. I'll compete you and let's be in between the lines. Other than that, like, bro, whatever y'all have, I'm pulling up to show support because that's who I am. Like, I ain't gonna be like, you know, man, I ain't coming, bro. I ain't doing it. Nah, bro, I'm supporting everybody because that's just who I am. Right. So, you know, I reached out to him. He gave me the blessing. The minute I posted that, I got inbox feedback. Man, you doing this, X doing this, and Moo doing like they doing this for the exposure runs. Like, why does everything have to be a competition, bro? Like, why can't we just support both? Or if you're gonna support his, support his. You're gonna support man, whatever you're gonna do, bro. You don't have to make it a competition or try to turn me against him and him against me because we already made sure we took care of that. And my showcase, bro, I really feel like it's going to be really, really nice. Like, I've been reaching out to a ton of college coaches because my end game for me is not just my program, but to be able to put myself in position to help. If you hit me up, Larry, like, hey, I got a kid, bro. He woo. I'm saying I need help getting him in school, and me being able to build connections and be able to, all right, bro, no, it's cool. I got you. Say less. Trail, you need it. I got you, bro. You want me to help you get to school? I got you, bro. Say less. And that's my end game for all of this. Not just my program, but the state and the city, my community as a whole, be able to have that opportunity and that ability to help them have success in whatever avenue that they need me in. So that's my goal. So that's why I'm doing the All-Star event, bro. Because again, it's something not to build my program, not to big up my program. Because again, that's why I changed the name to United Against Cancer. It's to help everybody chime in and we build something that's bigger than us, right? That's my end game for this. Like my vision and my goal is to bring Chicago basketball back to the forefront of this thing of ours, as Lefty would say. You know what I mean? I really want to bring Chicago basketball back to my man, bro. We gotta travel to Chicago to go see Chicago players. Like it's kind of getting away from that. And that's why a lot of our kids are leaving. Right. I want to be able to keep our kids here by doing things that we do and coming together to work together. I think right now a lot of the kids are leaving because there's no cohesiveness amongst men, right? There's no cohesion. So they see that and they jack. But if we can build the cohesiveness amongst us, like this is why this podcast is like, we have 4 viewers tonight. That's cool, right? But I know people still watch it on the other time. I'm in this podcast situation, bro, because I've talked to y'all too. I've talked to the tournament directors and the dads, and I've literally built relationships amongst people who didn't even know each other in my podcast, right? Like I had, like, it's people now, they're going, and you see, like, as Facebook friends, now they're liking each other Facebook statuses and sharing it, and they didn't know each other before this podcast. And that's my end game, is to bring that cohesiveness back to Chicago and make Chicago the most relevant city as far as basketball and sports and continuities and all that stuff versus what we known for now, which is the violence and the bad music and all that stuff. Like my job, I feel my purpose is to bring us together to build something stronger and bigger than any of us, right? And you can call this like I think about my kids and what they got to grow up in. Trail, like I said, you my nephew, like Larry, you know how I feel about Rock and your kids, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, like Rock probably one of the few kids in that 2022 2022 class, 2022 class that can kind of call and reach out to me about anything. A lot of those guys are kind of just arrogant and cocky and didn't want to, like, and I get it. It's a lot of dogs that was in their ear, right? But Rock, he ain't go play in a lot of other tournaments, but he showed up to, I mean, All-Star game, but he showed up to mine because he came to me saying, I love you, big bro. I'm gonna make sure I had to come. Right. And that's the bond you want to build with these kids and the rapport you want to build with these kids and not just use them for the moment. You want to build that lifetime thing for them. They can come back and be like, nah, bro, I love this. I just did the podcast with a couple of alumni girls, and they feel like this All-Star event was one of the most personal events that they've ever been, like, to actually have them individualized and celebrated was dope. And that's my goal, right? For us to make these kids feel like, dang, they love us. They care about us. And it's not just basketball. They care about me as a person. Right. And that's going to breed greatness within itself, because now we got a lot of top talent. Like, shit, I ain't got to go to Cali, bro. I ain't got to go to Miami. I ain't got to go to New York or Vegas or wherever it is, bro. Florida. I ain't got to go out there. My backbone and my structure and my support is here. And I feel like we can really do that. And that's what I hope to bring with not only this podcast, but the All-Star games and all that stuff. So I appreciate you fellas for coming on tonight. This is, again, a dope podcast because, you know, my brothers is on here. You know, I talk to y'all all the time. So I appreciate you guys for coming on tonight. Like I said, bro, I'm definitely need y'all for the unsigned senior little showcase. We're gonna do some drills with them. It's gonna be ran like a couple of counts we did trails for sure. So we definitely gonna, get it right and get Chicago back to where it needs to be. Like I said, I'm reaching. If y'all got some college coaches that y'all connected to, bro, that you probably feel like I ain't reached, let them know. Like, look, this is what we doing. We at this unsigned showcase. I got these many kids pulling up. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how it go.
Nah, man, keep me in the loop, bro.
Oh, and just for the unsigned senior showcase, it's free.
Okay, bet. Man, we appreciate you, bro, man. You know you always, man. You know I'll call you and pick your brain any second. You know I'm going to hit you up.
Yeah.
You know I don't hesitate. Like, bro, what's up with this?
Yeah, no, facts.
So, man, I appreciate you, man, letting me get on the podcast, bro. And man, Trail, I appreciate y'all, man,
You already know, man. It's love, man. Tay, I respect what you're doing, bro. Like you said, at the end of the day, man, people got to understand it takes a village, bro. It takes a village. And for you to even try to, I know Mook, Larry, Trey, everybody was supposed to be on that. Man, I feel like that would have been dope. I know guys got things going on, but if all us could have been on there, and people can see everybody on there, because it's really a togetherness already. It's just a perception people see when we competing with each other.
That's what it is.
Outside of them lines, man, we all in this together. And like you said, this podcast is about the youth. The most of the youth coaches are already together. So take what you trying to do, bro. We in it with you, bro. We in it with you. So you already know. Anyway, I could help. I'm a phone call away. I mean, hit me and we roll. We roll.
Thanks.
Likewise on my end too, bro.
I appreciate y'all, fellas.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all. Love.
Love.